So let me tell you a little bit about Euro-BioImaging. Euro-BioImaging is a research infrastructure for biological and biomedical imaging. The idea there is to provide open access to all these facilities around Europe. So it's a distributed research infrastructure. So all these little black pins that you see are individual facilities where they are a part of Euro-BioImaging. So you can have open access to these facilities by applying to Euro-BioImaging. So it's actually super large if you think about it. We have 173 sites. There are 17 member countries that actually make up Euro-BioImaging, and we have 35 different nodes offering up to more than 100 technologies. So it's really a really large resource and very diverse one. So you can have any technology that you can imagine, or actually not yet, but maybe you have the need for. What you also see here marked a little bit with the dark green outline is where the coordinating hub of Euro-BioImaging is. So that includes Turku in Finland, where our Statuary seat is, then EMBL in Heidelberg, where our BioHub, as well as our image data services sit, and Torino in Italy, where we have our medical hub. Well, that was a little bit about us. In general, it sounds like a great idea, right? And if you like the concept of Euro-BioImaging, you will be also very happy to know that we're not the only ones. There are many different research infrastructures that exist, and including 15 different life science research infrastructures that provide services and support to scientists. And they are really open to every scientist across the world. You might have seen some of these, and it's also interesting to work with them. So we also have projects, and we actually work across a lot of these life science research infrastructures, whether it is about curated biological databases, whether it's about screening and medicinal chemistry, or structural biology, and of course, last but not the least, we are for advanced imaging technologies, that is Euro-BioImaging. So what is it that we offer? For a researcher, this means that you have open access to biological and biomedical imaging technologies, but the crucial point there is that it's not just the instruments that you're getting access to. What you're also getting access to is the expert technical staff that has a lot of experience in working with these instruments and can really help you push your project to answer the specific questions that you want to answer. In addition to that, we also offer image data services, which include analysis services, as well as support for storage and sharing. Additionally, through our nodes, we are providing training opportunities for everybody. So in general, the portfolio of all the different technologies include pretty much everything from molecular scale, whether it is atomic force microscopy or so on, going all the way through electron microscopy, whether it's volume EM, so on, as well as light microscopy, all the technologies they can think of, up to preclinical as well as human imaging. So in general, it's very interesting to be able to think about your project all the way from the very molecular details to, let's say, human imaging. What's interesting is that's not it. We also have image analysis as a service. So if you have very large data sets and you just need support for analyzing and making most out of your data set, we can also offer those services to you. So as a user, the user access procedure is fairly straightforward. What you can do is you can go to our web portal, which is www.eurobiomaging.eu. You can put in your proposal there, describe your scientific question. There will be an initial consultation where we would like to understand what your problem is. And then when you have your access request in, we can also provide scientific advice if that's necessary for your project, as well as technical advice, which is provided by our experts at the nodes who will take up your project. And once that is all through, you can actually access any of the imaging services or analysis services provided by our nodes. So it's fairly simple. You should have a look and try out if this can somehow push your scientific research to the next level. Now, I will go a little bit deeper into the data services, like Isabel had already mentioned. And when it really comes to image data, there are a lot of challenges that we face, right? Like nowadays, it will not be very surprising for any of you if I tell you that, well, you know, the single experiment is containing multiple gigabytes, up to terabytes of data, right? So size is definitely a bit of a challenge. Addition to that, there is also a diversity in formats, whether it's due to instrumentation or proprietary file formats. That's also another challenge that we need to, as a community, address. The data is also very complex, given that there is multiple modality as well as correlative data sets. And then it comes about sharing, and not just sharing the data in any format, but sharing it in a way that people can find it, access it, and use it and potentially reuse it. So these are the kind of things that we are thinking about. And how do we do this? First of all, like I mentioned earlier, that we offer image analysis as a service. This is offered through our nodes, and here's the current list of nodes that are offering this service, which means you can get your large light sheet, et cetera, data sets, volume EM, and ask any of our experts at the nodes for assistance, and they will be able to go through your data, whether it's about if you need help with segmentation, analysis, any kind of registration, and so on. So they are really experts who are also developing tools to support in general community for image analysis procedures. So that's something you can access through us. But in addition to that, at the Euro-BioImaging Hub, we are also providing some services to the community in general. So first of all, one of the things that we do is we represent the interest of image data on a European landscape by participating in the European Open Science Cloud and a lot of data-related, data-heavy European projects. So this is one important part. And in addition to that, we are also coordinating with a lot of community initiative, and it's very nice to see a lot of you here. So really trying to make sure that a lot of good work that is being done in different places across the globe is also being consolidated, and people are really exchanging on these great ideas, Europe-wide as well as globally. So that's another thing that we are bringing as a service to the community. In addition, we also provide some technical support, and I will not go a lot into details on these kind of aspects because this is what this workshop is about. I mean, you will hear from a lot of people in our team who take care of coming up with solutions which are in general useful for the community. So those kind of technical support, whether it's the next generation file formats or workflows and pipelines for data submission. In addition, we also work very closely with some open data repositories for data submission and trying to make sure that your data is in a format that it can have a life after your publication is out. Of course, what's also important is all this work is really done in a close-knit coordination, and that's kind of what we are trying to achieve here at the Euro-BioImaging Hub. In general, the vision that we have is really to take image data, the really meaningful image data from our users, from the nodes, and really try to get it into this fair, open image data format, right? And a lot of work there is being done on data and metadata standardization, as well as data sharing workflows. These are the things that I alluded to before. In addition, the idea is also to be able to use this open data to generate, probably new methods or even new knowledge. And for this, we are really working on analysis pipelines as well as methods development. Additionally, a lot of direct support is also provided to our users, and this is all the nice work that Euro-BioImaging nodes are doing by providing image analysis services, as well as maintaining and developing open image analysis tools. So it's really the nodes which are helping out here, and a lot of the other work that I mentioned is being supported by Horizon Europe projects. So we are working on a lot of European projects that support a lot of our activities, and that's why we are here in front of you and trying to bring you all the details, advantages, and how to actually deal with fair image data. If you want to know more, please visit our web portal. You can also sign up for our newsletter if you want to be informed about the different activities we are up for. And yeah.